Listen, it's a huge football club, and I'm sure the wages would be great for Mauricio. I kind of put myself in his shoes, and I would say that his stock is far higher than that. Personally, I think the job that he did at Tottenham puts him in a different bracket. I think if I was Mauricio, I'd be sat there going, well, I'll have 6 months off to recuperate and rest. I've been working non-stop for 6 years at Spurs. Come the end of the season, there's a good chance that Man United that phone might ring. Yep. Bayern Munich, Real Madrid. I know he mentioned he wouldn't go to Barcelona because of his Espanyol links, but there are a lot of huge clubs out there in terms of that I think he can go to. And the Arsenal job, I don't think it's one that's that attractive, personally, to anybody right now.
Why not? Because they've got the stadium, they've got the setup. If Stan Kroenke decides so, they've got the money there to spend.
Exactly, that's the point. You're sitting there going, if you've got the money to spend, have they got the money to spend? I think there's a lot of uncertainty in regards to that. Even this decision that they've taken now feels like a knee-jerk reaction. There doesn't seem to be any real planning behind what they're doing or any direction as to what they want in a manager in the first place. Are they just going to throw a load of names in the hat and go, oh, is it Allegri? Is it Pochettino? Is it, can we get Ancelotti? That's what it feels like at the minute.
I think you've absolutely hit the nail on the head, because if we just go through the papers today, so this is in the Eye, the back page of the Eye, Arteta and Nuno in the frame to replace Emery at Arsenal. The Mirror, they've gone with Fox Hunt, Leicester boss Rodgers is Arsenal's #1 target as Emery gets the boot. The Daily Express have gone with the same headline, Gunners go for Brendan, maybe because the same journalist wrote the story, John Cross. And then inside, The Guardian, they've got to pull out here, who could take over? Arteta, Ancelotti, Allegri, Rodgers, Howe, Ljungberg. So we've got 6 managers there, 6 different levels of experience, 6 different ages, 6 different styles of play. I wonder, though, whether these headlines and what Jermaine says is absolutely indicative of where Arsenal are at. You've got fans who are unhappy. You've got an owner who has a real sense of detachment, I think, from the club, from where he is. They don't seem to know where they're going with a long-term replacement. They've got no one lined up for the man they just fired. You can see why you could look at Arsenal and go, that looks a complete mess, well, I'm going to steer clear.
That sums up the club over the last 5-10 years, because it's such a mixed match. We talked about the owners, like you got three or four owners all over the place, different agendas, different things. Communications with the fans non-existent. It's the fact that you've got so many different types of candidate for the job. I don't agree with John. I think that was a knee-jerk. I think it was all coming, there was conversations around, I think, but after Thursday, probably thought, we've got to do something. And now you're in a bad position negotiating-wise, because all of them owners have got to get together. They've all got to agree on a philosophy, a style. They've got to agree on a type of manager. For me, Arsenal needs a Brendan Rodgers. There's no way Brendan Rodgers is going to Arsenal. There's no way Leicester are letting him go. And there's no way he's looking at that team and going, they're any better than what I've got here from myself as a manager. Not a chance.
Also, Joe, is Unai Emery a bad manager? Or is there a bigger issue at Arsenal Football Club? Is there something, it's all right changing all these managers. We've seen it at Manchester United. They are the blueprint for Arsenal right now. They've lost one of the gods in terms of Sir Alex Ferguson. Arsenal have been the same with obviously Arsene Wenger. And because Man United's recruitment has been so poor, each manager has come in and suffered. Good managers, by the way, top managers, Mourinho, Van Gaal, like well-renowned managers. So Arsenal could quite easily go down that exact same route. Unai Emery, he's won European trophies at Seville. Went to PSG, obviously didn't get the Champions League, but he won the treble at PSG. So now we might be in a case where you bring in another manager, goes wrong, another manager goes wrong. And at Arsenal, because it is quite toxic, they'll keep throwing all their crap at...
Toxic is the word. And we need to be talking about higher up the managers. I think you're right. What was the fans said? We care, do you? Yeah. There is a real disconnect between the fans and that club at the moment.
Yeah, and you obviously, the fans' TV, we've alluded to that, that is a massive part to play, the fact that Aubameyang's friends with the owner.
You both think it's bad news for Arsenal?
I think it's bad, but I think there's been no communication, because there's been no clear direction from the top over the last 5-10 years. I think that's led to discord amongst the fans, and there's been separation because no one knows which way the club's going. And the fact that the candidates that are being thrown out in the media that they're looking at and talking at, and they're so vastly different. You've got Ljungberg and Arteta, then you've got Allegri and Ancelotti, completely different styles. There should be a clear, we're going for a young manager and they're going to come within our framework, or we're going to get an old head to just...
Oh, you mean actually communicate what they want to people?
No, well, just on anything, on why they're doing what they're doing. We've talked... Sorry, Jay, but Arsenal, we've watched them play out the back this year, right? Unai Emery never once come out, I don't remember saying, we're playing out the back because of this, and this. And the fans might sit back, and some will be the old head, get it forward. But some might go, all right, so this is what we're doing. I can see now why we're playing out the back, because we want to get our top players on the top end of the pitch on the ball. But the communication was just not good enough. It doesn't seem to be going through the club at any point.